Good afternoon everybody, welcome back to the channel. Just a quick video this week, a shout out to Helion Wargames. They've been knocking out lots of publications in recent years. I've bought a number of their Wargames rule sets, and I've had delivery recently of the number 8 in the series, Leipzig, the Battle of the Nations. A Wargamer's Guide to the Battle of Leipzig 1813 by Rohan Saravananmutu. I apologise for my pronunciation. These are excellent publications. As soon as I saw this one coming out, it was a must-have as a Napoleonic gamer. I might add, not a serious Napoleonic wargamer, but it's a period I'm very interested in always. I've got a 15mm French Napoleonic army, Grand Armée, lots of different units in there. And I've had that for probably 20 odd years. Don't get it out very often, but it's one that I will never get rid of. I've also got 6mm Waterloo Anglo-British, 1815, and that's all painted ready to go. And as per a few of my recent videos, I've got a number of Napoleonic projects on the go. So the Spanish 6mm you saw, which my brother is doing as part of my birthday present. I've got a small Portuguese and Austrian force to do as well. So just recently purchased Soldiers of Napoleon, the new rule set from Warwick King Raid, and looking forward to giving those a go. So this was definitely one of interest. I've read a bit on Leipzig previously, and so when this publication came out, it was a must-have for me. So what do you get? Well, as you can see, it's quite a big book, quite a thick size. Page count is 133 pages. It's full colour, it's beautifully produced, really nice illustrations, maps, lots of detail in there. Just to give you a little bit of a heads up, the contents sort of goes through things, compartmentalizes the different actions. So we've got the historical events. You've got a bit of history there for the first part of the book, including some of the battles leading up to Leipzig itself and analysis of the historical battle. And then you got the Wargamers part, which is where we start to look at how do you play the whole battle, various scenarios, so you can sort of minimize that down into small parts. And then you've got some design notes, and then you've got some appendices as well, so things like optional rules you might want to add into your games, historical Orbats, you've got losses, you've got some stuff linked to Dresden as well, at the time of the Leipzig campaign, bibliography, endnotes, acknowledgements, etc. So there's a lot crammed into this book, but because it's slightly bigger than say an Osprey wargame book, you've got a little bit more to your pages to fill. Just to give you some sort of ideas of the quality here, you've got some lovely sort of scale drawings of troops, you've got photographs, let's give you some of those. So you've got photographs of figures in battles. That one actually was from the Wargames Holiday Centre, which is quite interesting. You've also got some really nice maps. Couple of observations. One thing I really did like was some of the photographs are of very high quality painted Napoleonic figures, and for those grognards out there, that's probably what you're looking to see. But there was also some from the author's collection and a few from others that were what I would call Wargame standard, which is absolutely fine. You can get them on the table and have a game. but they're not showpiece models, and that was quite refreshing in a book to see that. You know, so many times in these big glossy publications you see 28mm only figures, beautifully painted, but for a lot of people, you know, that might be a little bit out of their reach, and it may put them off. For others, of course, they'll love that. They like the eye candy, who doesn't? But it was quite refreshing to see, you know, other people's painting, which was, you know, wargaming standard, but nothing too showy. So that was quite good. Nice again to see some smaller scale figures in there. I haven't spotted any yet, but there may well be some in there. Some of the maps are absolutely gorgeous. Other observations which I really liked were when you got into the wargaming section, particularly in the scenarios. Some of the maps for the games were gridded. So one, you could work out your size of table, scale it up or down. Two, you'd know where to put your terrain pieces. And three, of course, you could use those as part of a wider campaign. So well done to Helion from that point of view, because they've obviously, this has obviously been written by wargamers for wargamers. Really like what they've done. The scenarios are good. Again, they're broken down, full colour again, some really nice stuff, but lots of all bats in there. Again, you could print these out, use these as your sheet for the game, but importantly, again, if you're scaling up or down, if you're using 2 6mm, 10 15s, 28s, 40s, 54mm, if you're that way inclined, then at least you could work out your unit sizes from the all bats there, which are really good. Some of the other factors in here, which again really good. I'm just going through the scenarios. Back to the design notes. So there's a little bit in there about pontoon bridges, adapting the order of battle for other rule sets. So I think these were based on one type of rule set, but they could be easily adapted, as were there lots of optional rules in there, things like rocket troops, landwehr, bigger battalions like the Austrians, horse batteries, breaking into cities and street fighting. And then right at the back you've got the historical order of battle. So if you really want to get into the detail and you really want to paint or build units that are specifically linked to elements of this bigger battle, then you can do that, and it's all here. It tells you the actual total numbers of men, artillery, squadrons, etc. In each of those units. So again, really helpful when you're trying to piece your force together. So overall, it's a really big thumbs up for me. I would recommend you go out if you're interested in Napoleonics. This for me is a given. There's so much good stuff in here. I still haven't been through it all yet, but every time I look at this book I find something else that triggers interest. Some of the interesting bits at the back about Dresden are to do with the French forces at Dresden at the time of the campaign. So again, if you really want to look at a sideshow to the main event, then you've got some options there as well. But that's a very quick overview of Helion Wargames number 8, Leipzig, the Battle of the Nations, Wargamer's Guide to the Battle of Leipzig 1813, and I say, big thumbs up for me. Go and give it a look. Hope you've enjoyed this short video, and see you again next time.